Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I will be doing a full house spring decorate with me. I hope that you get all of the inspiration and all of the ideas you need to tackle your home for this spring season. Now I am starting off with a clean slate and we're gonna go ahead and get onto the decorating. I've already put some spring art on my TV. I love to put on art for every season, and well, we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. So here on this wall I have this beautiful arched mirror with some sconces, and I just had an idea to replace these lampshades with something a little bit different, something that felt a little bit more like spring. And was this spring more than a scalloped little shade that looks like a flower? And this fit perfectly on my wall sconce. I did get this up. It just added the most beautiful little touch of spring. I absolutely love it. Now, moving straight along, I always had this awkward space by my couch that I couldn't fill with anything. Everything just felt wrong. So I'm so excited to be bringing in this beautiful side table from Pop Mason. I did work with them before and I have their beautiful black coffee table, and these two just look so good together. I just styled it with a thrifted book as well as a thrifted vessel, and I'm gonna add these beautiful spring stems in here. I am going to twist them left and right just to give them more of a natural flow. This table is exactly what I needed for this awkward little corner. I also love that when I walk into my living room, I can see this side table through my mirror. It just creates such a beautiful look. And since we are in this area, I'm going to mention my curtains. These are from 2 Pages. They are absolutely amazing. If you're looking to make your home look beautiful, consider adding some curtains into your space. It makes the world of a difference. Again, I will have these linked down below for easy shopping. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to styling my credenza. Now, this is a new piece for my living room and I absolutely love it. So before I decorate, I'm gonna go ahead and wipe this down. This is a great thing to do between seasons because dust does collect, and there's nothing worse than having dust and just a messy space. On one of the sides, I'll be bringing in 2 coffee table books. This red one is a thrifted one and is currently one of my favorites. I will be bringing in a seagrass vase as well as some of these beautiful stems. Now, these look so wonderful for the springtime. I love the color. I love that they look like they haven't blossomed yet, and it's just the perfect addition to this space. To ground my credenza, I'll be bringing in these decorative book boxes. These are decorative and they are practical. I do store all of our remote controllers in those boxes. But on the other side, I will also be bringing in a book as well as my Facebook Marketplace find. I absolutely love this lamp. It was such a deal. And right next to it, I'll be styling some beautiful hydrangeas. You do usually want to style in groups of 3, but simplicity is key. moving on to my coffee table styling, I don't want to overpower it too much because I just find beauty in simplicity. Again, this coffee table is from Pop Mason. I will leave a link to this coffee table down below, as well as to my new side table where you can shop, and this piece has held up so nicely. I absolutely love it, and I'm just going to be styling it with a book, with a simple vessel with some beautiful spring stems, and then I'm just going to add a little candle to add a little bit of coziness. Above my couch, I have these candle sconces, and I love to place different candles for every season. And since we are in a simplistic season right now, I'm going to use some simple ivory candles. Now for my swivel chair, I will be bringing in the original little lumbar pillow, and then for the couch, I'm just going to bring in a single throw blanket. I feel like throw blankets add such coziness even during the spring and summer seasons, and I'll just be styling it with 2 neutral pillows. On the other couch, I will also be styling 2 pillows, and this completes my living room. Now I will be moving straight along into my kitchen, and since we do eat at our island, I'm going to be keeping the styling very simple with just a riser, a vase, and some beautiful dark blue berry stems. I love that the dark blue adds a little bit of contrast, and I'm absolutely loving the green leaves on these stems. Now for one of my counters, I'll be bringing in a couple of cutting boards just to cover the outlet, and I will be styling my thrifted and DIY little vessel, which I am going to be placing a little bush inside. I love to keep my kitchen very simple, clean, and very practical, so I'll be bringing in my marble spoon rest as well as a little tea towel. Decorating with textiles is really important in the kitchen. It really does add lots of coziness. Now for the other side, I'll be placing my kettle on this beautiful wooden board, and again bringing in my thrifted vessel with some beautiful peonies from Michael's, and I love how simple and clean this little corner turned out. Now over my sink, I do want to go ahead and bring some interest as well, so I'll be styling this beautiful picture from Temu, and then of course bringing in some of my essential items that I use on a everyday basis. Now I do like to decorate the top of my fridge. It just brings your eye up, and I'll just be styling some beautiful stems with a really pretty basket to complete the look. I will be starting off here with a clean slate here in my entryway, and the most newest addition that I did add was this ginormous mirror. Oh my word, this made my space look so big and beautiful. So of course I like to lay out my decor here just so I can see what I'm working with, and this is a very small space, so there will not be a lot of things here. We're just going to keep it simple and clean and really fresh for the spring season. I will be adding my seagrass vase with some of my favorite stems in here, and this already gives such a bold statement. Now next to my vase here, I'll be placing in a travertine bowl, and this is going to ground my little shoe cabinet, but then also a great place to just put my keys when walking through the door. And on the side, I'm going to style it with a cute little candle because candles add so much coziness. This is a small area, so this was a very quick way to decorate my entry for the springtime. It turned out really bright and airy, and I'm really enjoying this simple and beautiful space. I am now moving into my bathroom, and my bathroom is very small. I did create this little board and batten with hooks area right here, but other than that there's really not much to look at. So usually above this area I do a big gallery wall, but for this spring season I'm all about simplicity, and so I just added a single canvas, and I feel like it ties in those browns beautiful from my shower curtain, and it does add that pop of green that we love so much for the spring season. Here to cover this thermostat that we never use, I'm just going to be placing a basket right over it and adding some beautiful green stems. I did get these at a local grocery store, so I'm unable to link these, but they're one of my favorites to decorate for the spring season. And for my beautiful shower curtain, I actually used 2-page curtains for this, and this really created such a luxurious area for my bathroom. I absolutely love the way this dark brown looks here in my bathroom. But moving from this left side into the right side, I just have this little cabinet that we store our toothbrushes and things like that, and I do like to add a little vase on top just to bring my eye up. So I'll be styling it with this simple vase with a combination of different florals from Hobby Lobby. Now here underneath this cabinet, I do have a little slot where I like to store our toilet paper. So instead of just keeping toilet paper there, I'm bringing in this woven basket. This is just going to, you know, keep everything in one place, and also that warm color really does warm up my very white bathroom. And right underneath that, I thought it'd be a really fun way to spruce up this little space is to add a little picture frame. I got this one from Hobby Lobby about 4 years ago, so it has been around the block and I use it everywhere in my home. My vanity is extremely small, so I'm just going to be putting some basic pieces on there, and that is going to complete my spring decorating. My home is now bright and airy and it's ready for spring. I am here in my bedroom and we're refreshing it for the spring season. Now I am pulling these beautiful colors from the wall art above my bed, and I'm going to be incorporating them here in my bedroom. Now I will be bringing in a beautiful waffle knit duvet cover. This bedding is so beautiful and absolutely perfect for the spring and summer. It keeps us warm all night and it is fluffy and really does feel so luxurious. Now, to pull some of those browns from my picture frames, I will be bringing in these 24 by 24 pillows. The inserts are thrifted and then the pillow covers itself are from Amazon. And I feel like this is just such a great way to add a little bit of contrast in your room, but still keeping things really fresh. So while the front of the bed is looking beautiful and cozy, I do want to go ahead and add some more layers. So I do have this really beautiful double-sided quilt, and I used the other side for the winter time, and then I flipped it over to this beautiful beige pattern right here for the end. And no matter what season, I still love to add lots of textures and different layers. Now for the end of my bed, I will be bringing in this beautiful soft king size little throw blanket. This is a great way to add some texture and coziness, and this is such a neutral piece. It would look beautiful in any part of my home. Now I am moving on onto my nightstands. So here on my husband's side, he likes to keep things very simple, and honestly, as do I. These nightstands are not very big, so the only thing I am going to do is just place a simple coffee table book underneath this lamp to elevate it just a little bit. But of course, before we do that, we do need to wipe this down. I mean, you can see over the winter, it has collected quite a bit of dust. For my side, I am also going to start off by cleaning my surfaces. It's just crazy the amount of dust that accumulates over one season. And to elevate this lamp a little bit, I will also be bringing in a brown coffee table book, again playing off with those colors in my pictures above the bed. And then the only other thing I'm going to add by my bed is this beautiful scalloped marble little dish. Now I love to keep this by my bed. I can place my rings in there or my earrings before going to bed, and I love the simplicity of this look. Now that this side of my bed is looking beautiful with different layers and textures, I am gonna move on to the opposite side where I have my Amazon dresser, and I did change the poles on this, and it's just one of my favorite pieces in my home. And then I do have a thrifted big round mirror right on top. So of course, as you can see, there is lots of fingerprints, there's lots of dust, and this needs to be taken care of. And if you guys have been with me since the beginning of my channel, I actually did start out as a cleaning channel, and if you know then you know, I use vinegar and water to wipe down my mirrors or my surfaces. It works amazing, it leaves no streaks, it's a disinfectant, and it's very cheap. To one side of my dresser, I will be bringing in this restoration catalog. This is a great thing to use if you don't have any coffee table books. These, by the way, are free. I will leave a link for where you can request yourself some free catalogs. And right on top, I'll be placing my Home Goods vase. I have used this thing everywhere in my home. I absolutely love it. Another item that I have been loving from Home Goods are these stems. They are the perfect spring stem. They are the perfect color, and I just love them everywhere in my home. Right beside that, I'll be stacking 2 coffee table books, and then I'm bringing in a stunning tray that I found on Temu. And this is going to complete the styling of my bedroom for the spring season. Up next, I am tackling my boys' room. Now, this room needs a full makeover, and we will be adding touches of spring here and there. Now, I did go ahead and get my boys a black metal bunk bed just because there is no room for 2 beds here, so we had to go for a bunk bed. And this moment here was really special just because my 2 boys got to build their beds with my husband, and it was just such a fun experience for them to learn how to use tools. And honestly, it was just like some quality family time, which I know is a core memory for them because they still talk about building their beds with dad to this day. But after some time of building these beds, I am absolutely loving it. I am going for dark and moody in here, and what says dark and moody more than a black bunk bed for 2 boys? Now, I did need a dresser for this room, so I did hop on Facebook Marketplace and I found this beautiful dresser for $20. It is solid wood. It has all the storage I need, just not the right color. So me and my husband got to work sanding this dresser down as well as whitewashing it just with some paint and water, and it came out so beautiful. I love that I'm still able to see the grain on this dresser, but it did go ahead and get rid of those yellow tones that I did not want. Up next, I am bringing in this beautiful rug. Oh my word. I am going for dark and moody, like I said, and I just love that this is dark. It has more of like this checkered pattern to it, and it has hints of blue, which is so perfect for the boys' bedroom. I also love that it is low profile and it has a little bit of a fringe on the end, so I thought this rug right here would hold up so nicely for this room, and it's just right up the color palette that I am going for. But as you can see, it is rolled up pretty big and it's going to take some time to settle. So what I love to use is this rug tape right here. It is amazing. I have used it everywhere in my home and it just makes your rugs stay in place. They don't slip and slide. I highly recommend this product. It is time to work on some curtains, and let me tell you, I went through a lot of curtains in this room trying to find the perfect ones, and I think I finally did. So I ordered these beautiful brown sheer curtains from Amazon. They do come in with these hooks and rings, which is amazing because most curtains do not come with rings. And I just went ahead and installed all of these hooks onto my curtains as well as the rings, and I feel like this color right here matches so well with the rug. And well, you definitely know you're coming into a boy room just because of the dark, rich colors. So after getting these beautiful curtains up on my wall, they looked a little something like this. So they're already looking really cute, but they did have quite a bit of wrinkles and crinkles, so I definitely want to get rid of that because, well, it does not look very nice. So I'm going to use my handy steamer. This one right here is incredible and works so well. So not only is this going to help get rid of all of the wrinkles, but it's also going to help me shape my curtains in a way that I want them to stay. One thing that was highly requested by my boys was to add some really cute LED lights, so that's exactly what I did. I wrapped these LED lights right by the ceiling area. It framed out their bedroom and you can change colors on them, and my boys have been loving these. Now let's get working on my DIY over here. Now I got this beautiful print. I thrifted it for $5, which is amazing. If you can thrift anything, I highly recommend that you do. This is a really large frame, so I'm going to start out by taking all of the insides out, and I will be painting this frame black just because I want to keep within the same dark and moody color palette. So I'm just going to go over with some simple matte black acrylic paint. This paint is from Walmart. I believe it's around 50 to 75 cents, so it's very affordable. I am going to go ahead paint this maybe 2 or 3 coats just to make sure that it's fully covered. Let this dry, and while this is drying, I'm going to assemble the print that I'm going to be putting inside, which is this really adorable picture of my 2 boys. And I just got this printed at Walmart, and I'm just gonna use the backing of the old picture as a mat. So this is really simple, really easy. I'm just gonna use some double-sided tape to attach this. I will say that my print here did come a little bit damaged on the corners, which is a bummer, but we're gonna work with what we have. I'm gonna use some double-sided tape to attach my picture to the mat, assemble this all together, and then I cannot wait to put this in the room. So here in this by this dresser situation is where I will be adding that ginormous print. But before I do that, I do want to add in some greenery to add some life. So I'll be bringing in this vase as well as these stems right here. They do have hints of blue, which will play off very well off of the blue in the rugs and the blue off of the print that I printed of my boys. Since they do have little blue shirts, I thought this would be a really beautiful combination. And then right next to that, I'm bringing in their piggy bank. They use this almost every single day to store their coins, and this is going to complete the styling of the dresser. Now, opposite from the dresser, they do have this little wall space that I just cannot leave blank. I did a couple years ago buy these really pretty scalloped bookshelves, and I just have not gotten around to painting them and putting them up where I want to. So instead of painting them or putting wood stain on them, I'm just digging through my stash and I found this antique wax. So what I'm gonna do is just brush this over these bookshelves, and then I'm gonna use a paper towel and try to wipe out as much of the wax as I can. And oh my word, this is so beautiful. I love that it adds that really beautiful dark rich brown color, but then you can still see the grain peeking through of the wood. And I just thought this would be such a beautiful color for a boys room. Like here you can see the before and the after, and I definitely love the after better. It's a lot more darker. I feel like it's a lot more appropriate for a boys room. So I'm going to go ahead and do this for the rest of the 3 shelves. Just again, generously applying this wax on my bookshelves and then wiping as much as I can off. Now after some time, my bookshelves have dried, and look how beautiful they look. I am obsessed with the way they turned out. I love that I can see the wood, that it's not fully covered. So now I went ahead and measured roughly where I want to place my bookshelves, and I am going to attach them kind of in a zigzag way on the wall. And I'm going to use a level to make sure all of my shelves are leveled, they're not crooked, and this is really simple, really easy to do. Anyone can do this. And I just encourage you guys to use whatever you have at home, use what you can from the thrift store to make makeovers like this. I had to sell everything that the boys had before furniture wise to buy these new items, and I just love using things that I have or things that need to be repurposed for new places. It's always a challenge and it's always so much fun. Now that these bookshelves are on the wall, I did have this space underneath, and I thought I'm gonna add this really pretty bench. This bench is actually from Temu, and this piece is so beautiful. I'm obsessed. It has really cute little details on it, like these little handles on the sides, and this bench is great to sit down and read your books, but it also serves as storage, which I love. So my boys have all of their big Nerf guns here in this chest, which is amazing. They're hidden and put away. But to style this bench here, I'm just gonna keep it really simple with this beautiful thrifted blanket, as well as a simple lumbar pillow, just so you can sit down, read a book. And then I'm gonna add their cute little teddy bear just because he matches the color palette. Now for styling of these shelves, I'm gonna just keep some of my boys' favorite books and toys up here. So I'm gonna bring in a couple of their Dr. Seuss books, and then the main reason why I bought these shelves were for their little Lego creations. So they have been on a kick of building little animals, so I'm gonna display all of them here. This is such a great way to display some of my kids' favorite toys, and they look at it and it's just so adorable. Now one of my boys got this really cute night light for their birthday, and it has just been on the floor everywhere. So this is a great place to put it on the shelf. That way it glows at night, they can still look at it from their bed, and it just looks so darling here on this shelf. Now to complete this makeover, I'm just going to make my boys' bed. They did already have these really pretty ivory quilts that already look so good in this room. I'm not going to change those, but if you guys have a bunk bed, then you know the struggle is real. Making these bunk beds is not fun at all, but since this room is small, I do have to have a bunk bed here, so we're gonna work with what we have. My boys absolutely love this bed, and well, I'm just gonna be finishing making this bed, adding a couple of cozy blankets to their space, and I feel like the quilt and the blankets worked so well with the rug and the curtains. I'm really glad I was able to bring my vision to life. So of course, let's take a look at where we started. It was a blank slate, and by doing a couple of DIYs and purchasing a couple of new items, their room came out so cozy and beautiful, and most importantly, my boys love it.